Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Fresh Air. I just want to say thank you for a lot of, everything going on. Like, I just want to hit record and reflect on some things that is coming across my mind. And I feel like it was important to share with you, as God given me this moment to share this lesson with you. A lot of times in our lives, we're distracted by a lot of things happening in this world. And what happens is we're given this opportunity to challenge our own intuition on what we're seeing and what we're entertaining ourselves. So what that means is, like, when you have things going on in your life and you're kind of in a certain mood, a part of the day, like you wake up, you feel a certain way, you had a thought, you start challenging. We're our own worst enemies, is what I'm trying to say. Is a lot of times we don't believe in ourselves because of our external influence. So a lot of things that we watch or see, it kind of distracts us and also mitigates and takes away from our own inner peace, because we're not truly believing in that. We're just justifying, okay, this is how I feel about myself, so I'm going to watch this and I'm going to be stagnant because I'm just going to continue believing in the masses of what they basically been saying. So what they've been saying, the narrative, and they've been talking about this relationship stuff that is just, it's so degrading. It's mind-boggling me, like, how we allow these things to happen. And nobody speaks about trust and honesty and love and respect. No, we're talking more like, how can I scheme on people and how can I talk bad about people? And that tends to take people down, because if that's what they're watching and seeing, that's what they start learning as a behavior. That's in their cultures now. If that's what you entertain, that's what you put in your mind, is what they're talking about. And unfortunately, you then really distract yourself from your true purpose of being your true self. Because that's not your true self anymore, because you're now listening to an ideology that is degrading. It takes away from really having a relationship. It takes away from having that friendship. It takes away from having that relationship with your family. It takes away from the nucleus of a family structure. I mean, if we're talking about doing just hookups and how your game sucks and mine's better, what good are you doing for the community, and how you representing anything that's good? I don't even know how you even talk. You have to go back to reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may see it that way, that you have a following that watch you. Hurt people, so they're gonna watch you because they're hurt. But you're hurt too. You're the number one hurt person because you're still acting and you're number one in continuing the madness. The madness of trying to think that your ideology and how you speak about relationships is key, or that it's what's supposed to be. I'm sorry. Depression, anxiety, all this other stuff. Look, and all that is a result of continually doing and saying how your relationships don't matter, and how your game sucks, and you do this, you do that, you do this. What about solution? Building that relationship, good advice, getting back to where you can say, I love you and I respect you, and I don't just give up my energy to anybody just because of a hookup. I'm just gonna go out tonight to see you at what? That's not the advice you should be giving our youth or anybody. You're taking away from the mindset that they are worth something. You're taking away from them that they are valued. You're taking away from them that they are important. You're filling their minds with bullshit. Fill it with respect and honor and respect. Understanding that I care about you. We're going through this together. I understand we're having a problem here, and let's get to the bottom of it. Instead, you want to be my way. And why do you think people are calling in and being, you know what I'm saying? People in the community know enough's enough. We can't continue going where all the nonsense is at the top and the good people that are putting in the work and putting in their time and doing good healing things for themselves, and let alone they're also sharing it with the world. Good people are trying to help people to have a better understanding of what's going on. And knowing that if you start looking within yourself, you're going to find yourself, you're going to feel believing in a better, greater good, that what you're doing is not going to work anymore. And I can promise that. Me, the chosen one, God gave me a sermon and a belief and a power greater than himself that faith will carry you through. What do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? What do you believe in? Nonsense? What's your higher power? Who's running you and telling you to talk like that? With that nonsense? Yes. Let's get to it. What instincts? Oh, it's easy to think negative, right? Because that's what you're used to. Crack the code and find God in your life. And you just better start respecting yourself, and then I'll start respecting other people. Because all I hear is you don't respect yourself and you have no honor for yourself. Because if you cared about yourself, you would start doing good things for the community. If you're a true influencer, you would understand your actions and what they do to the community. You would understand that you have a purpose, but you gotta turn that dial and understand, get with the program. Get in the right lane. Get in the right lane. You think that's gonna be the continuous thing? You're gonna just be still with all these people being affected by your ideology of how relationships are going, and it's just horseshit. Love and respect for relationships. Talk about the structures of how it used to be tradition. What tradition is yours? Because that's all you know. There's two sides to every coin. So if you understand that your stuff is the number one, okay, hold on. There's a rebuttal from the righteous people in this world that are also being suppressed and not having that opportunity to have their voice heard. Where the truth will set you free. And then when somebody actually calls into your show, all of a sudden you're going to put them down and you're going to talk shit and then what? Come on now. I don't know how the show isn't going on. And I don't know why, I know why the show's going on. I know why. You don't know. This is it's on stage. Everybody's looking at you as you continue thinking you're going to go down this road of being in nonsense. And took heed to what we're talking about, that there's a God out there that has reigned supreme over that nonsense. That righteous people deserve the chance to speak. Instead, you want to shut them down and tell them to not do it, and you take their voice away. Righteous people love each other. Love for a better purpose in this world. Unity, united, everything that goes with it. They care about the community more than themselves. Because they know that the purpose greater than themselves is going to help carry them through to understand that the purpose of God is to give life back into the world. Bring the heavens above and bring it back. We can live on earth with a better purpose. What you're doing, can you go to bed at night with your conscience? Get what I'm saying? You're going to have to put in the work yourself. That's what you're going to have to do. The solution to this problem is you're going to have to start looking in the mirror and start realizing what you're doing, what you're saying, and how would you talk to that person that way with such disrespect. You know what I'm saying? God is love and respect. Don't degrade women. Women don't degrade men. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a common ground here to have a better conversation. We need those podcasts at the top. The ones that show real resilience in real relationships. The family structure. We also need healing. We have people out there working their butt off to put out content, and they feel discouraged because we got all this nonsense at the top and all this, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is bot views anyways. It's to trick you into thinking that a lot of the views are there, but they're not. Those are bot views. Bot views. B-O-T views. Be real with yourself. And all those comments and the source of it is be real with yourself. If you gotta do some, I gotta take it back for a second. I pray I pray that we find solution in ourselves. That's where the bottom line comes from. When look, a lot of people would say, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's the truth, yes. But when it comes out of my feed, I'm a witness now to your actions and your behaviors, and now I see it, not because I searched for it. It's on my feed because it's in what I need to look at, and now I have to go and go, okay, I see the message. That I love and care about you too. You're not an enemy to me. I know that you can do better. That's what I'm trying to say. You can do better with your life. You can do better with what you do when it comes to influencing. We lost the idea of what influencing is supposed to be. Influencing is supposed to make you feel better and get better and stop and say, I understand, I know what you're going through. Do you know what I'm saying? Have a better narrative on positive assets. Because all this negative talk don't go nowhere. There's no respect when I hear you calling somebody a hoe or a bitch and all that stuff. That's degrading. Come on now. Be real with yourself. This message is for a lot of people out there that are influencers out there to take a look at yourself, look in the mirror, and start looking at what you're doing and how it affects our youth in this world, and why you're delusional. You don't even see all the stress going on and the depression, everything going on in the world, and you're just gonna continue doing this, and you don't think you're just adding to the problem. Right? Turn the dial. You gotta have two sides to this. You gotta start humbling yourself. That's what I'm trying to get at. Start humbling yourself. Look inside yourself. What do you see? It's not gonna look good. You're gonna just have to start looking at healing yourself. And it's gonna take some time. It's not overnight. But you gotta start coming to reality. Because the who you're serving is no longer. Start serving a better purpose, a greater good for the community. I pray that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I pray that you will find your understanding and you will apologize to the community for, hey, I've been humbled now. I've heard a few things and I've started hearing the messages and, I gotta do better. That's all it is. You just gotta do better with yourself. And then everybody else will see what you change in you, and then you can be a real influence because they'll see the change in you. That's the honest truth. Sorry I'm yelling, but it's the truth. Some things, when I get this message from above, it's meant to speak with clarity. God bless all of you, and I pray that you will find discernment in your higher self, your better self, your better purpose, and respect yourself, and have dignity and honor for yourself. And start breaking those generational curses and stop being be a part of the solution, not the problem, and be remembered for better good. Be remembered for the one that said, you know what? I changed. I took the risk to believe in the power greater than myself to take me there. I had faith in myself that I could do it. That's honest truth. God bless all of you, and I pray that you will find discernment in what I'm talking about. You'll take heed to what I'm talking about. You will find that God is speaking to me every day, and the angels are also watching and saying, hey, we have to do something better. The cries of the angels come to me all the time, and that's where I get depressed sometimes too. So I want you guys to know, pray for a better life, a better understanding that you can find that hole in yourself. You can be better. And all that material stuff will go aside when you try to be searching or chasing a dream that doesn't exist. Because those dreams that they're putting on in the persona of social media is not even existent. Alright guys, women, ladies, and men all around the world, I pray that you will be safe and honest with yourself and find discernment to do the right thing. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Amen.